I've often heard it said that perfectionism is doing something right, but excellence is doing the right thing, doing it for the reasons that's most important to you and the greatest impact you can make. Hi, everyone. Chris Natzke here with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching with your Mind of a Champion tip of the week. Excellence versus perfectionism. Man, it's certainly something I've been dealing with my whole life. For the last 20 years or so, every martial art class I end, I will ask my students one question. I'll say, what's our goal? And in unison, they'll all respond, black belt excellence, sir. Black belt excellence, not black belt perfection. For so many years in my life, what I did is I sought to be the perfect son, the perfect student, the perfect husband, the perfect father, the perfect business owner. All those things were in the back of my mind, whether it was conscious or not. And what I found is I could never meet that level of perfection. And even though I strive for it, it was always just right out of my reach and oftentimes caused me to either A, be incredibly unhappy with where I was, or number two, actually discourage me from taking risks because I thought I might fail. But when you change things around, you start looking at a way that you're striving for excellence versus that perfection, things begin to change. It's interesting, the older I get, sometimes the wisdom that I get from my parents, either what I heard when I was young or even when I hear as an adult, is what really hits home. Several years ago, I was on the phone with my mom, and I had just been starting my speaking career, and I have to admit I was I was in a grumpy mood. Speaking opportunities weren't coming in as fast as I wanted to. I was frustrated that my business wasn't taking off, and I was literally in total vent mode with my mom. And I was just telling her how frustrated I was and how things weren't working. And because in my mind, I embarked on this, I had to be perfect at it. So she listened to me vent, and when I finally got tired and I stopped speaking, she said, "So, you want to be one of those motivational speaker guys, huh?" And I said, "Well, yes." She said, "Do you think anyone's going to want to listen to you if everything you tell them is about how perfect your life is and you've never gone through any struggles?" Well, of course, I was silent for quite a while as I let that wisdom sink in. And it was like, wow, it was one of the most profound things I'd ever heard. You see, I think that oftentimes when we are in the thick of things and we are really struggling with something, it can really get us down. It can really bring some anxiety within us. But I think when we look back at those times in retrospect, and that we got through them because we kept moving forward despite the fact of how difficult things were, we look at those as some of our fondest memories of our lives. And when we look at things and know that obstacles are going to be in our way and that we're not striving for perfection, but actually for excellence, showing up to be the best that we can be in this challenge and still being intent on our goals, that's when we have the greatest amount of satisfaction. So what are some ways that we can move from this holding on to perfectionism to move to a quality of excellence? Well, I think the first one is to always strive for the best, but have fun along the way. Try to find joy in the process. So have you ever had a situation where you were looking to meet a goal and you worked and worked and worked and you met it? And then when you got it, it was like, okay, well, that's been done. And you didn't really revel in it. It's because the joy comes in the process. So take some time, do the very best you can, strive for excellence in what you do, but make sure you find the joy in the process. Number two is accept our shortcomings, not as a deficiency, but as an opportunity for us to grow and expand. When I teach martial arts students and I'm teaching them a new skill, there's oftentimes you'll see frustration overtake them. But what happens is they keep showing up. And once they finally meet that skill, once they're able to do it in a way or even master that skill, you just see their faces beam. And it's the same way with us. If we strive for excellence in the way that we're showing up, once we finally do meet those goals and those aspirations, they're going to be so much sweeter. And then finally is as you're moving down your path, make sure you're taking some time to celebrate. I don't know about you, but generally I'm the one that, trudges through everything, and maybe after weeks or months I might go, yeah, got that done, and I'm right on to the next thing. But take some time in your day, in your week, to celebrate your progress along the way. And of course, when you hit a big goal, make sure you stop and you recognize yourself for it. Go celebrate with the people closest to you. Because when you do that, what happens is inside yourself, you start to build up that feeling of, hey, it's great to show up and go through struggle and go through whatever I go through because I know there's something positive on the other side. So there you have it, my friends. Are you striving for perfection or are you striving for excellence? And my hope for you is this week and beyond is that you make that shift inside of yourself, that you are someone that is striving for excellence. Because you never know. You might find out someone that's pretty fun to be with along the way. So this has been Chris Natzke with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching. Please like, share, comment on this, and we'll see you next time on the Mind of a Champion Tip of the Week.